The only living twin I have. He's whiter than Casper's ghost. He is Dan Vale. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And Dan was
How you doing, Bishop?
I'm great. How about you?
Dan was
I'm doing good.
Good.
You want to let me talk?
Yeah, go ahead, Pastor.
We were going through the niceties here.
Oh, the niceties. Okay, the not amenities. The niceties.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I remember you taught me the word ablutions, even though it's in the Bible. I didn't know what it meant.
But now you do.
I know, because you taught me.
Good.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Glad you held on to it.
Yeah, I see. It goes in there and stays sometimes. But anyway, Dan was on the phone. We were doing a Bible study, and my brother Benji, Elder Benji, was on with us, and I introduced Dan as my twin. That was interesting. The look on Benji's face when
I'm sure it was.
It's like I said. I said, to be clear now, Benji Elder Lipford is my actual blood brother, but Dan is my brother. He's my twin brother. So
Sure.
and they're kind of used to me saying things that are a little
Off center.
off center. Yes.
Yeah.
Shout out to my baby sister, my big sister, the heart of our family, Sheba. She had her birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
And to my other sister, Mary, who had her birthday. Mary had a weekend blast.
Did she have a little lamb?
Did Ooh, and see that this is how you get a pastor in trouble, because you force him right back to an old. Because I have a routine that goes with that about Mary and her little lamb. So, and I cannot even begin to say that one.
Really, where is that?
Just leave that right where it is, because we don't want this to be our farewell show, for violating FCC and obfuscating the office of pastor.
Yeah.
Yes. Local pastor tells off-color joke on the Christian radio station in Boston.
Yeah.
Film at 11.
Yeah.
Needless to say, he's no longer there.
He's no longer there, yes.
Yeah.
Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Good morning.
Oh, there she is.
There she is.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Sound Travelers, please present to some and introduce to others the heart of Sound Travels, Nearer, my God, to thee. Good morning, Chaplain Neera. How are you?
I am sleepy and my joints are killing me because of the weather. But other than that, I'm great.
Okay. Why y'all look at me funny? You should see the looks I'm getting in the studio. Actually, you can look at the screen. The looks I get. Oh, my goodness. If looks could kill, I'd be a dead man.
Just wounded a little.
Just wounded.
Good morning, Chaplain Neera.
Good morning.
Is the bearded one in house?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, bearded
I
one.
just returned with my coffee.
Oh, yes.
Awesome.
You have to do your job, man. Get the coffee.
See, I had mine before I left the house.
I gotta tell you something. I woke up a little while ago in the truck stop and went inside to do my morning routine there, and I go in to the coffee bar in the convenience store that they have, and they got like 4 big, huge, containers of different flavors of coffee, and one of them that I've been drinking exclusively for 3-4 weeks now. It's called Intense Energy. Now, I don't know for sure, but I suspect that there may be a fraud being perpetrated on the American people, because I've been drinking this steadily, and I have yet to have this burst of energy where I wanted to do jumping jacks or go jogging or anything like that. No.
Hasn't happened, huh?
It has not happened,
I'm gonna give you 5 seconds to say what you're supposed to say right now. 3, 2, 1. Shout out to Miss Linda.
Good morning, Linda.
Obviously, the coffee has not kicked in yet.
Obviously, the coffee has not kicked in,
It hasn't kicked
but
in.
as soon as she sees him, it's going to kick. There's going to be kicking.
It's gonna-
There's definitely
Hey,
going.
we have a new listener this morning, Sister Denise from the shipping department at Maddox Manufacturing in Terrell, Texas, and her husband is a pastor, and she's listening in with us this morning.
Well, have him give.
Maybe she'll even call us.
Yeah, have her give us a call. Have him give us a call. We love meeting new pastors.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I sent the invitation.
Okay, well, you've done your job. So let's see. We've been really getting into it, just with the race relations questions, and with the understanding that it's not really a race issue; it's a nation issue. And I don't know if we're ever going to be able to change the language, because we're all nationalists in one way, shape, or form. Very few actual racists. I would put Adolf Hitler in the category of a racist. I would put Idi Amin. I would put Ayatollah Khomeini and maybe Joseph Stalin in the category of a racist. These were people who created a destructive paradigm based solely on the nationality of their people. Mm-hmm. But I think we're too far down the rabbit hole to change the language. What say you, Bishop?
I don't think it's going to change.
Yeah.
It's evolved over time. You mentioned some fairly prominent ones who I would agree with. But what about your run-of-the-mill middle of society individual who doesn't exhibit those overt behaviors or even would voice those ideas, but yet have them in their heart?
You're speaking, no doubt, of a Bull Connolly.
He's overt.
He's overt?
He's overt.
How about Governor George Wallace?
Overt.
Overt.
I'm talking about your next door neighbor.
Ooh. The next door neighbor that doesn't, that smiles in your face.
Yeah. From the South.
Hey, now, I smile in your face.
Yeah, but you I can hit. So I'm not worried about that. You smile, you just give me a target. That's all.
I'm talking about that neighbor who, in words of a Southern friend of mine, will give you that Confederate smile.
Ooh. The gas station owner. Remember we were headed down south. We pulled in. We have two 15-passenger Ford vans with 30-gallon tanks, and he doesn't want to sell us because I had a $100 bill.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, well, we don't take $100 bills. And I said, sir, you do see what I'm driving.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to get the majority of this 100.
Yeah.
And he just...
That wasn't the problem.
That wasn't the problem, exactly. So we went right across the street and spent darn near $200 on fuel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, $200 that could have gone into his pocket.
That could have got into his pocket, but his problem was not the fact that I had a $100 bill.
Mm-hmm.
The problem was he wasn't giving his gas to a black guy, first of all, let alone two black guys with white folks' money. You know, if I'd given him a handful of dirty bills, he would have accepted it. But I had hundreds. So
that's what we travel with.
Exactly.
That's how we do.
We have to.
Yeah.
Because ain't nobody taking our checks, and we couldn't get credit cards. No, seriously. Listen, there was a time when black people did not travel without a basket of food, blankets in the trunk,
Drinks.
the coolers with drinks in them, not alcohol, but actual drinks, because we didn't know where we were going to sleep that night
Or have to stop.
or have to
You're
stop.
truckers.
Pardon?
So you were like truckers.
Well,
In
I was
a
gonna
matter of
say, that's
speaking,
how I
yeah.
travel. I just poor.
what you say,
That's how I
Nira?
live.
Said that's how I travel, but I'm just poor.
Yeah.
Bless her heart.
I'm just poor. I'm not racist. I'm not nationalist. I'm just broke.
I remember growing up, there was only one road trip, and my family were transplants. My father's family was in Texas. My mother's family was in Louisiana, and we were in northern Arkansas. So every now and then, when we would actually go see family, when tensions were lower and we thought we could actually get away with a trip without blood, at some point, we would travel down to visit my mother's family, and it was a very long trip. And I vaguely remember we never would stop anywhere, and we would never get a hotel. We couldn't afford it. And there was one trip that I remember us actually stopping and getting a hotel, and it actually ended up being the ice storm of '98. And we were traveling down. We were in the middle of southern Arkansas, and my dad was like, yeah, we can't see. We have to stop. It just so happened I was also violently ill that trip. And I remember stopping at a hotel and thinking that we were so rich and bougie because we had never stopped at a hotel. And after that, I can't think of a single trip where we ever stopped at a hotel, even on that long of a trip.
Yeah.
But we never got one. We would always sleep in the car, pull over at a rest stop. We just couldn't afford to.
Yeah.
See, but there's a difference of not being able to afford a hotel as opposed to not being allowed in the hotel.
Being rejected every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Growing up, I know my mother would cook fried chicken, potato salad, pie, cake, Cokes or whatever we wanted to drink.
Sweet potato pie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And then we'd get on the road. If my dad got tired, we pulled over at the rest stop. That was our hotel. Okay. I had a blanket in the back where I laid down in the station wagon, and they made sure I was comfortable back there, and my dad would stop. But that wasn't because we didn't have enough money for it. It was because hotels did not allow black people. And then there were homes, black families along the route where if you could go to them and stay overnight, and they would take you in overnight, and you could leave the next morning, but you weren't staying at a hotel.
Yeah. And see, the issue in America, whether we like it or not, has not been too kind to the black American race.
I'm not kind to any other race, let's be honest.
It wasn't kind to any race. The Irish need not apply.
For a while, the Italians.
The Italians.
If you weren't from Europe,
if you weren't from
the UK,
if you weren't from Britain, Europe, then you were looked upon as trash.
But gradually integrated.
Right. The only issue that I have is the more I study Black American history, I realize how inadequate it was. I know more Europe-based history than I know Black-based history. Brother Jamal probably knows a fair amount of both. in terms of his understanding of things. I would not get into a discussion with him about the Black American experience because I know that he has a higher range. He studied it longer. I'm getting there.
Okay.
Every day I'm learning something more about Black American achievement, Black American segregation, Black American inventions, and Black American defeats. Frank Lucas. Frank Lucas.
Bumpy Johnson. Madam Queen Sinclair.
Oh, yes, the Queen.
Yeah.
You talk about a woman who held power. She held power.
Yeah. Now, when you consider those individuals who were part of the underworld,
Yeah.
but at the same time, those individuals were a staple and a stabilizing force within the Black community,
Yeah.
specifically Harlem.
And when it came to Frank Lucas, one of the things the prosecutor said to him is, "You have no help because all of the white gangsters. First of all, they can't. You were too big for them to stop because you had as many guns and much loyaler forces than they do. But your existence scares them because you've been able to do what no Black American has ever been able to do. In the past, blacks had gone through the different mob circles and achieved a modicum of success based on their white overlords. Frank Lucas went around all that. He created his own supply, his own pipeline, and they couldn't touch him.
Yeah.
So no, they weren't. When he got arrested, they were not going to help him because when he's gone, everything goes back to quote unquote normal. And that's a scary thought if you think about it. The normal is Black Americans not being able to accomplish in the criminal world what white American criminals can accomplish.
Yeah. Yeah.
Isn't that weird? Don't you think that's weird?
No. That's the model. That's the history.
Dan, what do you think?
To the end that we're trying to move towards healing in race relations, I don't know that holding up Black criminal heroes is the best way to go about it. But on that side of the law, every single demographic has its bad, badder, and worst, and they all compete with one another. They're all doing the drugs. They're all into the prostitution, the gambling, the extortion, all of that. So, yeah, I don't know if there's much purchase in that in the bigger picture. That we're looking at.
Here's my point in this. Inequity is in every aspect of life.
Yep.
And it doesn't matter whether it's a legitimate institution or an illegitimate institution. And when you accept that, or when you understand that, then you can begin to heal. The whole purpose of this whole past month and the last month and what we're dealing with this month is just what you said. How do we heal? And it's difficult to fix something if you don't know what's broke. So what
Yeah.
we've been dealing with is what is broke. As always, Sister Nera provided a very good point. She said we weren't, we weren't of a different race or a different national. We weren't a different color. We just were broke. And
Yeah.
Brother Ralphie, the comedian, says, there really is only two states. There's poor and there's rich. And if you're
Yeah.
eating your Cocoa Puffs from a Cool Whip bottle, a Cool Whip container, you're not, you're broke. That's it. It doesn't matter what color hand is holding that thing. You don't have any money. And that's the
You're
idea.
bougie if there's. You're bougie
If it's an actual bowl.
clean. Well, if it's a clean, unstained with spaghetti sauce container.
Right. Yes. Yes. You're familiar with the routine. Very good.
Yeah.
But the great society, the great all-controlling hand, has always pitted people against each other so we don't come after them.
Yes.
Now, the problem is, as Christians, what is our obligation? Because
Our
the church is still, let me finish my point. The church is still the most segregated building in America on a Sunday morning.
In the world.
In the world. On
In
a,
the world.
in the world. On a Sunday morning or Saturday, wherever. The Seventh-day Adventists is just as segregated on Saturday based on black, white as the Pentecostal. And right now, the Catholic Church, if it wasn't for the Hispanics, would be empty at this point in time, based on what has gone on in the Catholic Church. This is one of those things that they kind of brought on themselves. But when I look at the different Catholic dioceses, even in Framingham, they are attended by a great deal of Caucasian people, but also an even greater deal of Hispanic-speaking people. Every Catholic diocese, every Catholic, oh my God, I forgot the name of the building. What do you call a Catholic building?
Cathedral.
The cathedral. Every cathedral has a Spanish-speaking priest right now. They have to. They're more, and they say to me that Spanish-speaking are more fervent than the English-speaking at this moment.
They are.
Yeah.
But I mean, you mentioned the Pentecostals and another denomination being very segregated. Is it segregated because black people aren't welcome, or because they don't want to go?
Well, I didn't say what the segregation was.
It's because white people can't dance.
Is what? Because black people can't dance?
Because white people can't
As
dance.
white people can't dance.
This is a painful truth. Yes.
This is another reason why we're twins.
I beg to differ. I
Okay.
beg to differ on this point.
On this point.
When I see the praise and the dance of Pentecostals, black Pentecostals specifically, it brings to mind the dance of those up in the Appalachians, white Christians in the Appalachians, at their square dances. The rhythm is nearly perfectly the same.
And you are actually even righter than you know, because when Steve Martin was getting prepared to do the movie
Leap of Faith.
Leap of Faith, he studied Irish step dancing to be able to copy the moves that he had seen in the church. To the spirit dance is basically Irish folk dancing. So you're absolutely right. I don't know if you knew that or not.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I mentioned it.
Okay. That's how he
I
learned it.
thought you.
Yeah.
I thought you were looking at the movie The Jerk when he just.
You mean I'm going to be this color forever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was born a poor black child in Mississippi.
Yeah.
Here-
he just couldn't get the rhythm of blues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Couldn't tap his feet to blues.
But here are some of the things that continue to cause racism to have a vehicle. The biggest one is fear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And in that fear, I find something that's different from me. And I can't attribute it to your humanity, but I can attribute it to your status. There's a scene in Mississippi Burning, and Gene Hackman and Willem Dafoe are traveling to Mississippi to investigate the death of 3 civil rights workers, and he gives a discourse on his father. It says, black man in the community was able to purchase a mule. Because he was able to purchase that mule, he was able to harvest more crops. He said, next thing you know, the mule turns up dead, and that black family had to move from the south back to the up to the north, and his father looked at him and could see that he recognized that it was him who killed the family's mule. And he looked at his son and says, boy, if you're not better than an N-word, then you're nothing. That kind of thinking is what continues to push forward racial hatred. Okay? The need to be better than another human being. I may be poor, but I'm not going to let this one be better than me.
And the issue is the separation, Satan, the hatred. If you're going to describe Satan in one word, it would be hatred or hater. He's an ultimate hater. And where we have to be very mindful of, there are things that I am never going to be able to do as well as you.
Can I argue with you about that?
Yes, you can. That's your job.
Because we've for so long taken a look at the word hate and consider it as the opposite of love. Scriptures does not do that.
No, it's not. Hate is not the opposite of love.
No. The Bible teaches us that perfect love casts out fear.
Right.
That fear is what keeps us from loving one another. The fear of what? The fear of the unknown. Okay, if we take the time truly to get to know one another, we'll learn to love each other better. We'll learn to treat each other better.
The problem with that is, as soon as I learn enough about you to, quote unquote, love you, I know enough about you to hate you. And then I have to make a decision with what I know. See,
well, if you learn enough about me, then you'll come to understand that we are all the same. We are the same race. There is no black race, white race, Chinese race, and whatever race you want to interject in there. None of that matters. We're all the same race. We're all humans, and we all are deserving of the same rights and privileges. We're all deserving of being treated and accepted as worthy. If I can diminish your humanity and still call myself a Christian, I've got a problem.
yeah, And but the fact of the matter is, even within the church, we were talking about that this morning, this whole idea of desiring a good office, desiring an office that would allow you to do more, but shouldn't you be doing that more before the office?
I would think so.
I would think so too. You know, when I took my driving test, I took it in a '69 Ford Econoline van. The tester had never ever in his life tested anybody in a van, let alone the biggest one that they had at the time. And he said most people find the smallest vehicle they absolutely can to test in, for fear that but you're testing in this van and you're driving it without a problem, and you're parallel parking it without a problem.
Yeah.
And
I'd give you your license.
yeah, he said he had no. Yeah, even when I tested for my motorcycle license, I had to borrow a bike because the bike I borrowed to test with my license, I didn't have the written permission letter from the owner saying I could use it. Okay. But the guy who was there also to take a motorcycle test, he had a twin-cylinder Yamaha, which is exactly the bike I've never ridden before, and the low-end torque on a V-twin as opposed to the high revving nature of an inline four. Okay. Yeah. Oh, the bearded one understands this, huh?
I do indeed.
Yeah. So here I am trying to figure out how to go through that figure eight. I'm used to it with the revs, but with the low end, with the torque. I'm trying to figure it out real quick,
On the fly.
on the fly, literally. And I go through it, and I actually go out of the figure eight onto the grass, but I didn't put my foot down. I kept it up, and I didn't drop the bike, and I got back up on the pad, and I finished the eight. And he said he knew at that point in time I was going to pass.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Between those two bikes,
Yes.
which one did you prefer?
Oh, I like my inline.
You like your inline, right?
Yeah, I liked my inline. I was used to it.
Okay. It is the same thing with racism. We get used to what we're close to, what we're comfortable with. But both are motorcycles.
Yep,
Both will get you to the same place.
absolutely. And one is cooler than the other. The V-twin is always cooler than the inline.
Doesn't matter if it's cooler or not. They're both vehicles.
I'm not arguing with you, but I have a V-twin.
Both of them have
Fundamentally, they're
both
the
of them
same.
have two wheels.
Yes, but I have a HD on my gas tank.
Sure. And you know what? It costs more.
It costs me a lot more as
Okay.
opposed to your rice burner.
Yeah, but you know what? My rice burner will get me to the same place that your more expensive bike will.
And probably faster.
And it's the same problem with racism. We look at one another based on what we consider value and worth. And when I don't see you as worthy enough, if I don't value what you bring to the table, if I don't, regardless of whether I can use it or not, if I don't value you, then I can find a reason to be afraid of you.
That's a you problem.
Yes, it is.
I really don't think that there is nearly as much disdain for black people coming from white people as there was, in the Mississippi burning days. I mean,
I dare say we just hide it better.
Say that again, Chaplain Nira.
I dare say we just hide it better.
Thank you.
It's not as an outright. It is it's quieter. It's not as visible, but the same unknown. And I think you're right. It is the fear. It's the unknown, and we don't like things that make us uncomfortable. We don't like the unknown, And, I mean, you see it every time at the grocery store when somebody who comes in who is, maybe not in their right mind, or on some kind of substance, and they're making a ruckus. People make a wide berth. We're not going over there going, hey, how can I help you? What can I do to help make this situation better? We just tend to go and hide because it's unknown, it's uncomfortable. We don't want to get involved.
Well, unfortunately, and say,
Exactly.
hey, what's going on? You would, I would, Bishop would, Dan would, we'll all do it.
Yep.
Based
And we get
on
lumped in with
based
that
on
person.
what?
Well,
Based on what?
well, see, how do I say this the right way? I didn't know what it was based on. I did it. I was this way before I was able to name the name of Christ.
Yep.
When I started naming the name of Christ, it kind of made sense. But my desire to, I don't want to say help. Well, maybe it is my desire to put myself in a situation where the average person would not.
Compassion.
Compassion. Well, it was there. It didn't. When people say, "Oh, you don't drink because you're a Christian," no, I don't drink because when I drink, I get stupid.
I remember a guy that we know named Kenny who used to say, "When I drink, I break out in handcuffs."
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
If you came up in the 60s and 70s, right?
Yes. Which I did.
There was a time where you would see hitchhikers on the side of the road.
Yep.
And you could travel across the country practically for free.
Right.
In the 70s.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
Nice try.
Yeah. No, you did say the 60s and the 70s.
Right.
Yes.
There you go.
That was me.
In New Mexico.
Yeah.
There was a white hippie named Ray Wiley Hubbard who went to a bar to buy some beer. And the way he was treated prompted him to go back with his beer and write a song called "Up Against the Wall, Redneck Mothers," which is a very it's interesting if you YouTube it. It's interesting if you YouTube it and listen to it. It's kind of funny, but it was a very true story. He was treated horribly because he had long hair.
Well, here's the problem. When I was in New Mexico, I was getting ready to leave, and I was in a bar. Surprise, surprise. And I was talking with a guy he rode his motorcycle, and he said to me, "Well, I'm headed back to the East Coast. Why don't you sell your car, and I'll give you a ride?" And I'm not the brightest bulb in the circuit by any stretch of the imagination, but that didn't sound right to me.
Why?
And so the other guy I was with, who happened to be Caucasian, he pulled me aside and said, "You're not falling for this, are you?" And I said, "No, I'm just listening to what he's saying." He said, because what he would do, of course, is we would leave at night and he would find some way to leave me out in the middle of nowhere, alive or dead, with no money, because he would steal it all and continue his trip. This is an age before cell phones. Now, I'm in fact black. I'm an African American. He was a Caucasian American. And it sounded so sweet. It sounded like a perfect idea. You get to Ohio with all your money because it's not going to take too much gas for me to get you there. But, God looking out for babies and fools.
You made a statement that hitchhiking could not be done by a black person. I have to say that's misunderstanding. I have a family member who hitchhiked from California to South Carolina.
God bless him. God bless him.
Yeah.
I
wouldn't.
I wouldn't either.
Okay. I have seen people hitchhiking, and it's been my response to keep going.
Yeah.
I'm probably.
I had my.
Hang on, Brother Dan. We're about to hear from on high.
In 1967, I was in college up in the Berkshire Mountains.
I'm listening.
Louder. You need to be speaking louder.
I was in the Berkshire Mountains. Berkshire Christian College was my school. It had only 5 black students there. The rest were white. And on the weekends, I became lonely for coming back to Boston and being with my people.
Mm-hmm.
How did I get back to Boston almost every weekend?
With your thumb.
I hitchhiked.
Amazing.
For 4 years that I was at that college.
Now, see how quick it took both of you just to completely destroy my idea. I mean, I'm the host. Y'all have to respect my position and take it as gospel.
Well,
And you.
I don't think any of us heard what was being said.
Oh, okay. Turn the. But you okay?
I should turn mine on.
You turn it on. But the other thing is you have to make sure. Remember how we adjusted his input to the broadcast, the blue knobs. Wherever your blue knob is, turn it more. All those blue knobs should be at least at 3:00, if not further.
Okay. Brother Dan, can you hear me?
Yes, I can barely hear you.
That's why.
Pick it up a little more.
Just said turn the blue knobs.
Maybe it's Dan's hearing.
He's hearing with his white ears. Yes.
Yeah. I've turned up maximum on mine.
Okay.
I mean, I can hear Dan and Bishop and Nira loud and clear. I can barely hear you.
Let me try one more time, and I go quickly. In 1967, I was attending college, 4 years up at the Berkshire Mountain, the western part of the state. I felt lonely for my community. So how did I get on the highway and go home? I hitchhiked because I didn't have any money. It was the only way for me to get home. Sometimes it took 2 rides. So I had to sleep in a nursing home one night and then get up the next morning. But I only had one incident. Other than that, for 4 years, I was up and down the Mass Turnpike by myself with my finger.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. I wouldn't have believed you'd ever done that. So that's a good bit of insight into you. Second, that's amazing.
so
I've done quite a bit of hitchhiking myself, and for many years, I always had an uncased side-by-side double-barrel 12-gauge.
How are you hitchhiking with a shotgun?
And
That's not hitchhiking. That's carjacking. I just thought you should know the difference.
I always had good luck. I never got.
I would have had good luck too.
Yeah.
Like I said, that's not hitchhiking. That's carjacking.
And you know when I lost my good luck in hitchhiking?
When you ran out of bullets?
No, when I put the shotgun away, because people would know. They would say anybody bold enough to stand on the side of the road and let the whole world see a double barrel 12 gauge. You know, he's not hiding anything. So they picked me up, and they all wanted to know what kind of gun I had. You know, probably where was I going, and all the hillbillies trying to find out what my favorite sweet spot was in the woods for finding rabbits and partridge and all that stuff, and I'd always tell them somewhere else, you know.
Dan, I wouldn't stop for you. I wouldn't stop for you.
Yeah.
I might aim at you, actually. I might. Dan, no, only in America.
Yeah.
And that's the truth.
Huh?
Me, as a woman, I would actually feel more comfortable picking up a black man on the side of the road than I would a white man.
Interesting. I know why, but tell everybody else.
I have never been physically harmed by a black man.
There you go. I knew that.
Mm-hmm.
We would respect your space immensely.
Your womanhood.
Well, yeah, we would respect your womanhood without any issue. We would not even think to come after Miss Lyra.
Because
Naira.
y'all were raised by women with really good aim and flip-flop.
That's the answer.
Yeah, that's
Any person that I have ever met from any nationality that has a very, matriarchal society respect women to the point, because usually they have gotten some kind of shoe to the head.
Yep.
And I am not above using my shoe to somebody's head either.
Exactly.
That white man
Now, Dan.
has never had a shoe to the head.
Yeah.
And maybe that is the problem with
Yeah.
our society. Maybe that is how we heal. More shoes to the head. I think we've just
now,
come
Dan.
upon the answer.
Yeah, hang on a second, Dan. What's up, Dan?
This week I sent you a number of videos that
We're going to get in that in the second hour. We're going to get into that in the second hour.
I'm just saying.
No, we're going to get into that in the second hour. Just hold up.
Okay.
We're going to get into that in the second hour. Because, yes, Dan has sent me a few videos this week, and we're going to get into those in the second hour.
Okay.
Where are we at in time? Speaking of the second hour, I'm looking to the engineer. Boston's. We have 4 fingers.
Accurate unit of measurement.
That's 4 minutes. Okay. I thought he was asking a double shot of whiskey. You know, well, 2 fingers. As a,
Dan, I got a little trivia thing for you. Bonus points. I'm in Abilene, but I'm LA bound, and I don't slow down for dead raccoons or joggers. Who said that?
I have. Oh, that sounds like. I was gonna say Arlo Guthrie, but I don't know.
Same time frame.
Same time frame. Bob Dylan? Oh no, Woody Guthrie.
Nope.
That's
on
it.
The hillbilly side.
On the
hillbilly.
Willie
side.
Nelson?
Nope. Bobby Bear.
Oh well, yeah.
The jogger.
Yeah,
Got me.
got me too. I'd never heard of Bobby Bear, so
What has 300 feet and 7 teeth?
I don't want to hear it. Let it go. Don't say it. I know the answer. Don't say it. Drop it. Drop it. Drop it. Drop it.
Okay.
Drop it. Drop it. Moving right on, because I know the answer to that one. Okay. Yeah.
People would not be offended.
Yeah, that's not the point. Drop it. We're moving on.
How much is that doggy
In the window. The one with the waggly tail. Yes. Coming into Los Angeles, bringing in a couple of keys. Don't check my bags, if you please, Mr. Customs Man. You don't know that one.
Now
No.
that was a Woody.
Neither of them know that one. You come from the other side. I come from the other side. Yes.
I think today,
Huh?
I said, I just a baby.
Just the baby.
I can't tell you how many times I comment to Miss Linda about a song, and then it dawns on me the vintage, and I say, "Oh, forget it."
Yeah, they're not going to get it. It's Arlo Guthrie, by the way.
young.
That was Arlo Guthrie.
Arlo, okay.
I
Yeah.
grew up on Motown and Atlantic Records.
Yes, I did too.
Oh, I love that.
But
Yeah.
but I also grew up on Led Zeppelin and Arlo Guthrie.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So it
Shy
is.
Lights and Big Daddy Kinsey.